Welcome back everyone to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, I'm making grilled and filled rice paper packages, and they changed my life. And you'll find out why they're such an amazing dish for Purim, so make sure you stay tuned all the way through. And here they are, the delicious grilled and filled rice paper packages that we're going to be making today. I'm really excited to get started. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! First of all, I'm preheating the oven to 425 Fahrenheit. And I'm getting the stub grill oiled up. And here we have our eggplant, red bell pepper, and shallot. I'm going to create some slices of the eggplant. The slices are about a ½ inch thick. Remember to take a moment to like this video. I'm slicing our shallot lengthwise because it will be easier to manage on the grill. As for the red bell pepper, I'm cutting it into strips. And here are some pieces of some vegan halloumi I cut. Over here in this bowl, we'll oil up our eggplant pieces. A high smoke point oil is grapeseed oil. We'll add in our red pepper slices. And I'm adding some onion and garlic powder. Make sure everything's coated evenly. Since the eggplant absorbs a lot of oil, you'll have to add a lot. I'm coating the shallots as well, but I'm trying to keep them intact. Add salt to your liking and some freshly ground black pepper. Be sure to massage the vegetables well. Our grill is hot in the oven and we're placing our veggies on the grill. After 10 or 15 minutes, flip your veggies and we'll cook them for 10 or 15 minutes more. I'm adding some oil to our vegan halloumi and I'm adding some garlic powder. Once there's 5 minutes left for your veggies, add your vegan halloumi to the grill. Remember to flip them at the 2.5 minute mark. When you want something kind of like a sandwich, but not really, or in the mood for something like a spring roll or dumpling, but not quite. This is why I consider this dish life-changing, because it satisfies so many of your different cravings all in one shot. And by the way, I use the Green Goddess brand vegan halloumi, and that could be found here in Toronto at the Good Rebel store. And there are so many different brands and varieties of vegan cheeses out there. And one of the other ones I recommend trying is a grillable vegan feta by Dea. Now everything's grilled up nicely. We do want to allow this to cool before we fill up our rice paper packages. And I'm using Matt and Steve's hot and spicy pickled asparagus. I cut them in half to make them more manageable. I'm chopping up some mint here. For the sauce, we're mixing equal parts of soy sauce, vegetarian stir-fry sauce, and our red wine vinegar. I'm just making a small amount. Make more depending on how much you're making. I'm mincing up some of the green finger chili. A little bit about the Purim story in a nutshell. The time was quickly approaching when Haman would carry out his order to kill all the Jews. He's the antagonist, in case you didn't know that. So it became increasingly important for Queen Esther to reveal her identity to the king. So she approached her husband without being summoned. This was a huge risk on its own. She risked being banished or killed. Her husband luckily received her gracefully. She announced to the king that she planned a big banquet, and she told him to invite Haman, his advisor, and the same evil guy who wanted to kill the Jews. So he did, he agreed, and the banquet was on. So Haman was there at the banquet, and Queen Esther announced that she is Jewish. The king and everybody was surprised, but not only that, she pointed out that Haman had planned to kill all the Jews, and this would include herself. So King Ahasuerus was outraged. Immediately, Haman was hanged, and his order was completely countered. So, we celebrate Purim this year. On March 23rd, it starts at sundown, and it carries on into the next day. We wear costumes. It's a really carefree holiday. You know, you're encouraged to drink a lot and make jokes. You're not supposed to take things too seriously on this holiday. We have our rice paper ready to go now. Our veggies have cooled off enough. Rotate the rice paper in the warm water and drip off the extra liquid. I have this oiled plate over here to prevent sticking. Now we're placing our eggplant, red bell pepper slices, our pickled asparagus. We're adding our vegan halloumi and pieces of our shallot. Add the sauce and fold up the pieces of rice paper. We have our hot pan here. We're getting our oil hot on the pan using grapeseed oil. I'm adding the grilled and filled rice paper package to the pan. Assemble another one and continue. Remember not to overcrowd the pan because you don't want them to stick together. After flipping them, I gently press them down with a spatula to get them fried up evenly. Continue frying them up. Foods that have something hidden, such as kreplach, the Jewish dumplings, or the famous Hamantaschen cookies, are perfect for Purim because they symbolize how Queen Esther hid that she was Jewish from King Ahasuerus. She kept vegetarian while in this Persian palace so that she could abide by kashrut. And by the way, her name, Esther, means hidden. And some say this implies that she was merely a vessel for Hashem's miracles. However, funny enough, Hashem isn't mentioned at all in this story. Now we continue on the tradition's theme of disguise to this day with our celebrations where we put on our Purim costumes. And by the way, this story is completely separate from the Torah. It has its separate scroll, and that's known as the Megillah. In this dish over here, we have a few spoonfuls of our vegan sour cream. I'm adding the chopped mint and our chopped green finger chilies. Mix it all up nicely. If you're serving these rice paper packages right away, feel free to put the dollops on top. Otherwise, you can serve it on the side. I'm drizzling on our pomegranate molasses for the ultimate finishing touch. It's that time again, everyone. I get to try our delicious grilled and filled rice paper packages, the ones that changed my life. So here it goes. Get myself situated here. You can add the sauce on the side if you prefer. I thought it would be nice, presentation-wise, to have this sauce on top. If you want to experiment with different sauces, feel free to do so. Wonderful. You've got a nice sour and salty flavor going on here. Got a little bit of caramelization as well with the grilling process. The mint adds a nice touch. Personally, I would have added a spicier pepper, but my husband did the shopping for me. He saved me a lot of time that way. So he chose the milder pepper. So feel free to spice it up to your liking. We have a wonderful combination of flavors here. Hold the plate up before I make a mess. So there you have it, everyone, another delicious recipe to add to your recipe booklets. Feel free to drop me a comment down below. It is a free and easy way to help support my channel and keep the free content flowing. Another way to support my channel that's easy and free is to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And be sure to hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss one bit of deliciousness. There's going to be a new video popping up every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern, so you don't want to miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.